morning, Gorringes. We are here again and we're on view for our sale on the 2nd of November. Good grief, where is the year going? Another big sale for you this week. Some good lots of jewellery. I'm in the strong room beside the two jewellery cabinets and there's all sorts of nice bits and pieces in here. There's sort of Victorian diamond brooches such as lot 816. That's actually a re-offer from last week. It'll be in at less money. There are nice little sort of turquoise set bracelet there with a little heart locket. That's lot 838. Whole host of different rings, a lot of diamond set jewellery, but other things as well. Antique jewellery, more modern pieces. Not a great deal by way of watches this week. Got some amber beads in the corner there. So a good selection there. I would imagine, look at that, there's got to be about 60, 70 lots of jewellery in there. So that's a good start. We'll go outside and see what else is going on. And as ever, down the line, little novelty bits and pieces, some nice little tea bowls there, lot 590. We've got some relatively modern Lalique. That's a sort of classic Lalique model. When you see it and it says Lalique France, it doesn't have an R in front, you know that it's post-war rather than pre-war. It's the pre-war is the big money stuff, but there's still plenty of interest. In with that, you've got some Baccarat birds and what have you. That's lot 486. Little timepieces. Well, a mixture here. There's a little Elliott & Son oval cased carriage timepiece. It doesn't strike a bell, so it's a timepiece, not a clock. That's lot 493. Alongside it, lot 494 is a Benson retailed, fairly modern little carriage timepiece again. I mean, nice little thing. Give it a shake. It's ticking away quite happily. That's lot 494. Or if you want something a little more modern in style, lot 485, there's little gilt metal cased 8-day timepiece there. So a mixture of small clocks for you. Talking of large Lalique-like items, that's lot 477, great big vase there with bird stopper, love bird stopper. There's some nice rummagey lots of mixed jewellery. This is the sort of thing people like. It's a nice old Victorian jewellery box with sort of bits and pieces to rummage around in. Some of those lots provide a nice surprise on occasion. This one looks to me more like a games box. Yes, it is. Lot 503. There we are. Coromandel wood cased. You've got the chess set. You've got drafts as well. A cribbage board and probably other bits and pieces. Sometimes you get Newmarket, the horse racing game inside. So that's lot 508. Along the line here, more chess. There's a sort of Anglo, well, more Chinese, perhaps Macau ivory chess set there. Lot 520. The clock is still ticking for ivory. We're expecting the ban fairly soon. A more recent set there, that's in sort of modern pewter in the sort of Waterloo manner, lot 522. Modern, probably retailed by someone like Franklin Mint. And then down the back here, again, as ever, we've got a nice selection of silver. That's quite smart looking, isn't it? It's not as old as it's trying to be. It's looking like it's sort of George III, around about 1800, 1790, but in fact that's a more recent piece, more like early 20th century, but still a smart little caddy that. Lots of 744. There's other sort of practical, well, if any silver is practical, I suppose. A condiment set might be considered to be so, or wine coasters and trays, and then some other more collectible bits, such as this cow creamer down here, lot 709. Otherwise, well, a lot of paintings this time. Good selection of pictures for you. He said, desperately looking around trying to find something to point out. Many of them are in the main room and haven't been hung as yet because we're early birds today. But there's a really good mixture. I mean, this is sort of aviation art. That's the Roy Knockolds of the, I think that's a swordfish, the biplane. He was a classic aviation artist there. It's got 590. Some walking sticks lurking about and staves, sort of. There's band leaders' staves and these which perhaps have religious connotations, lot 338. And down the end here, a nice group of swords, all come from the same estate. We have there's a Victorian dress sword there, and then running through into the 20th century. I think there's a lifeguards officer's sword as well as Coldstream Guards. So good mixture there. The sword stand is a separate lot 332. Have a look at those if they're your thing. And then down the line again, the usual mixture of wines and ceramics. Stamps, I do believe, quite a lot of stamps to look at. Maps, Barbados, that's where we'd all like to be, I imagine. Nice early map of Barbados there. Is it dated? No, it's Emmanuel Bowen. I should think that's sort of late 18th, early 19th century by the looks of it. Very detailed descriptions of all the towns and places, obviously very well colonised by then. Popular thing because it's a popular place. Anywhere that sort of wealthy people tend to hang out tends to up the value of anything related. So pictures of Mayfair are generally worth more than pictures of, I don't know, Marylebone or Maidenhead or what have you, but that's a generalisation. It's all down to the artist as well. So good mixture of art. This is early. This is 1493. That is early. That's earlier than I got up this morning. It's Nuremberg. Nice early wood engraving there. Lot 556. There are some good decorative large paintings. We'll go round the corner and see if we can actually see them. And coming round here, let's go into this corner here, ignore those, they're not here. So we've got things like this. This is lot 674, that is not an old painting, that's only sort of maybe 20 years old or so. It's painted in the sort of impressionist style, but good looking decorative thing. That'll be in this kind of £200 to £300, really no big money for a nice decorative object. And equally we have other sort of landscapes. There's a Victorian Postman Always Knocks thing. These are by Louise Turpin. These landscapes of Derwent Water. Got two of those in the sale. If you fancy a Van Gogh but haven't saved up quite enough yet, come all the way down. Got 678. I mean, it's not sunflowers, I know, it's gladioli, but there we are. It's St Vincent, and that's lot 678, going in at about £100 or so. Plenty of other decorative paintings and perhaps collectible ones as well to look at. These portraits caused a bit of fuss last week because people were trying to work out who was who, which sitter was which and all this. But I do particularly like this one, the portrait, the cleric with his pocket watch in hand, and that's a really nice sort of early watch there, sort of putting the watch is sort of near 1700, 1730. I think that the painting is suggested is older. Well, more recent, shall we say. That's lot 680. So a good selection of pictures for you to look at. We'll go over the road and see what's happening in the land of furniture. So here we are in the warehouse. Fair proportion of wood for you to look at, all sorts of, quite a lot of oak I'm seeing this week. Long case here, look at that, quite smart. That's George III, Thomas Wentworth of Sarum, 8-day movement, clean case, been repolished at some point. Lot 28, don't know what it's in at, but it's, you know, these are very reasonably priced things these days. It's probably under £300, but hopefully, as far as the vendor's concerned, and we are a bit more. Lot 28, if you fancy a long case, perhaps that's a good one for you. Otherwise, as usual, complete weird mixture of things. So there's painted easel here, revolving desk chairs, nice rosewood table there in need of a bit of TLC, to put it mildly. That is lot 117. Looks like it needs a good repolish. Otherwise, it's quite fun. This sort of Spanish style, perhaps Italian occasional table. I'm not seeing a lot number in it because they've hidden it at the back. There is lot 77, just a little side piece there. Black Forest Bavarian hall chair with the inlay. There's all kind of bits and pieces. One of these classic William IV Canterbury's in rosewood. You know, there was a time when that model made £1,200 or so. I suppose today it's dropped down to sort of 3 to 5 due to the changes in taste, but that's lot 53. It looks perfectly good and ready to go. So good mixture of furniture for you. Come along and have a look. Nice big sale. Surely there's something in amongst it for you. Have a good look at the website. Lots of photographs up there, and sale starts on Monday. I'll be on the rostrum for a change at 9:30 in the morning. Hope to see you then. Thank you.